Greetings everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and we are back in the apartment. In this Top Tier Tech video, we're going to be checking out the Hobbit Pinball Mods Part 5. And this one's a cool one. We're going to be updating the code on the Hobbit. JJP just launched a new code a few weeks ago, and now you can actually upgrade to Wi-Fi on your machine, Bluetooth, and a new code update with changed features and gameplay features as well that's been updated. So it is exciting. I'm going to walk you through all the steps, which is checking first what code we have. We will be updating to the new code, which is 3.11. Everything is in the description below with the links to make it easy for you as the viewer. And we're going to be doing a full software update. Now there's two versions JJB has, a full install and a Delta update. A Delta update is usually just a few little changes they make, a little software patches per se. This is a full update because, again, they're adding Wi-Fi, internet connectivity, and scorebit options. Scorebit, if you don't know, is the ability to play online, global leaderboards and games, and a lot more to come, which I think is going to be a new element to pinball come the future, and the future is here. So I'm going to take you through the quick journey, how to update your machine from A to B. Of course, if you ever need help, in the description we'll have the links, and then if you ever need me, I'll try my best to help if you leave a comment below. So I'm going to pick you up in a moment. Let's check first what version I have now, and we're going to be updating to version 3.11, and let's get to it. Okay, so let's turn the game on, and we're going to check what version we have, and we're going to leave the game on because we're going to back up our settings. Because it's a full install, it will wipe all of your high scores, all of your settings, and all the game audits. So we want to back that up momentarily, but before we do so, let's turn the game on, and we're going to see what version we're at now. If it is what I remember, it should be at 3.10. We will be going to 3.11. So let the game load. Yeah, that's normal when you hear the speaker pop with JJP games and some other games. I think WPC do the same. But let's now check what's there, which should be just now momentarily. So again, it is a computer. It does take, there it is. So version 3.10 is there. Okay, so let's let the game load, which, there it is. And now I'm going to get a USB, and I'm going to also get a USB, and I'm going to back up the settings. So let's see how we can do that. I'm going to pull out the manual that I have, and we can follow the steps together. So I've just busted out and dusted off the humongous Hobbit manual that I got from Allentown 2 years ago, even signed by Jersey Jack himself. And I also have a USB right there. So the USB, I tried a few of them that I didn't recognize. This is a USB 2, and it's a 16 gig. Will that focus? Probably not. Anyways, it's a there it is, 16 gig. All right, so if we go to the manual, page B46 will actually be the settings backup and how we're going to do it. As you can see, we're going to go to utilities, settings backup, and then settings backup to save it. So let's save that. I'll show you where to plug the USB in, and we'll continue from there. So we've opened the coin door, and Jersey Jack games are conveniently equipped already in box with a USB extender right there for easy access, which we're going to put this in. So if we put it in correctly, you will see that the red, your USB usually has an indicator where it's being read, which is great news. So now that that's plugged in, I'm going to set you beside me, and we're going to go through the settings and do the backup together. So now with the coin door open, as you can tell, all the buttons in the coin door have corresponding things that we're going to do. So let's the manual said, like I said, let's go to utilities. So let's go enter. So utilities, we're going to press from there, enter again, which is the black button. It's not. Okay, so it's been a while. Oh, there we go. Okay, utilities, and then yeah, the black button, that is right. And then we're going to go down to reading the manual, backup settings. There. and then we're gonna go press backup settings again. So when we press backup settings, it's gonna say enter to begin the backup. When I tried the other USB, it actually said here, it said please enter USB. It didn't even recognize it. So it has to be, I think, a 2.0 or above. And my other one was not, because it was like 8 years old. So now we're gonna press enter. And it's, oh, that's it, boom. So backup successful, so that's done. Now, I wanna show you a few other things before we download the new code. I wanna show you something neat that I just found out in just a second, so I'll be back. So before I erase and do a full install, there was something I found online which is an Easter egg of this game, which is kind of neat. And the word is, I don't know if it works on the new install, but I want to show you guys this on 3.10, that if you spell game on your flippers, it actually does a credits mode with cool music and sound. So what you would do is, what I mean by that, you're gonna press, you'd spell game. So you'd press this, you'd go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then the right flipper to enter the letter. Then it would be A, right flipper to enter. And then you do it M, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, right flipper to lock it in. And then E, A, B, C, D, E, and then you're gonna press it and then again. So I didn't do it fast enough, but when I do, you're gonna spell game and then you're gonna see an Easter egg. So with the credits. So I'm gonna try, and I'm doing it live so you can hear me audibly do it. Again, left flipper to spell, right flipper to lock in that letter. We're gonna spell game, G-A-M-E. Here we go, ahead. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, A, B, C, D, E. Boom. So it took me a few tries, but once you do the code, you'll see crazy lighting, and then it shows beautifully drawn, exactly like Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, hand-drawn artwork. And again, has really cool music, and it goes crazy and it flashes it. It even shows on the little display as well. So it's really, really neat, and it goes through a whole cycle, who the software developer is, who did the game design. It's really, really neat. So hopefully this stays in, because this is really cool. Sometimes I just like to listen to music and see the light show just because, while I have it in the apartment when it's dark. So let's get to it. Let's go download the newest code, 3.11, and I'll show you the steps from there. So now that we've backed up the game and its settings, we're going to take the USB and we're going to plug it into the computer, because the word is, when doing a full installation, it's always a good idea not to have any files in there, because we do have to format it, and we're going to go through the settings and through the online in just a second to see what the steps are. So I've just plugged in my USB, so let's repair that. Continue with that. I don't know why my does that. We're going to open the files. Now, this is some other stuff I have on there, but there's the pinball backup we just did. And because we're going to have to format, excuse me, this, and I don't want anything on to interfere with the full update, I'm going to just cut this to my desktop, and we'll do it later. And we'll put it back once we do the install. All right, so that's out of there. So now our USB is clean. So we're going to go to the website. Now, all of this is on the Jersey Jacks website. So why don't we start from the beginning? All of this will be in the description below, so don't worry too much. If you want the links, I'll help you in the description. So we're going to go to jerseyjackpinball.com. The URL is right there. Okay, and then we're going to click the three little lines. We're going to go to support. Okay, then we're going to go to download. Now, I don't know why it's so jumbled on my computer, whatever. We're going to go to the Hobbit. And as you can see, there's the Hobbit change log that we can see what was done. We can maybe do it at the very end. And there's the install we're going to want. For any US or Canadian customers, or owners, I should say, here's the download we're going to use. For European, it's going to be this one. I'm not sure the difference, doesn't matter. I'm in Canada, we use the American one. And this is going to be what we're going to be using for the full install instructions. This would be only if it was an update. So what we'll do is we'll start to download this. Okay, so let's download that. As you can tell, the ISO file is pretty big, 3.5 gigs. So while that's downloading, let's look at the full install instructions. So let's click that. Okay, so we're going to read it together. Obviously, this is known as the factory reinstall, specify USB. So consider, say we did the backup, so we've done this together. Okay, and with that, so remember we were saying it was 8 or 16 gigs, so no larger than 32 gig is not a good idea. So from 8 to 32 gig and from 2.0 USB and above, which is great. So we are downloading the 3.11. Now here's how we're going to do it. Let's do it with the steps. And again, this will be in the description if you want the direct link to the URL. So let's do it together. Using the links, I've done this before, but I've never done it live to assist. Using the links above, download the full install, which we've done. Okay, so great. Now what we're going to do now is download what's saying it's the UNet bootin, which will copy the game's ISO file for both PC and Mac. If you're trouble, so let's download this. Download for Windows. Okay, so that's also downloading. It's executable here. Okay, so let's open that. Well, we're showing folder image. Okay. So we're opening that. Now again, my computer's slower, so you'd probably be quicker on your guys' side. Okay, there it is. So I want to actually go back to the manual. So we've now this is step 2. So once both are downloaded, insert your okay. So when it says downloaded, let's go back here. So now it's ready to go. Okay, so you should see remote. Okay, so we plugged it in. So here's the part that we have to look at. If you previously used the USB stick for a full install, which I've done for the 3.10, please format the USB stick prior to step 3. So let's go to our USB. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to go to the USB. We're going to search it here. We're going to right click. You can see it says format. So that's the E. Let's make sure it's not our C, and I screw my whole computer. So here's the USB that I've plugged in. We're going to format it. We're going to do start. So it shows it's FAT32, which is default, blah, blah, blah. Quick format. We're going to do start. Warning. Okay. So it still shows formatting. It's probably already formatted, to be honest. There it is. Okay, again, my computer's slow. So format complete on the E. Great. Now we can go to step 3. So now that, okay, blah, blah, blah. So next, open the Unibook program that you previously downloaded. So it's already here. We kind of jumped to it. Okay, so once in the Unit thing, click the button that says disk image. Disk image here on the left. Okay. Disk image. Then click the ... button, which is here. Okay. So we'll scroll down, and now then we go find the ISO we did download. So here's my downloads. There's the Hobbit 3.11, which is an ISO. And we're going to press right there. It says open. Okay. So we're going to press open. Very well. Let's keep going. Okay. Now this is the important part that freaked me out. Once I see red warnings, it's shit. So after selecting the ISO image, ensure that your USB stick is identified in my computer in the E, which mine is. The reason it's telling you that is, if it's not, you can download, you can pretty much erase your computer, is what I'm understanding. So we've already clicked the ISO Hobbit. So let's read this again. After selecting ISO engine, which we did, ensure the USB stick identified in my computer is E. Then we're going to press OK. Okay, so E is there. So again, we don't, because this apparently will erase your, if you press C, which is your hard drive, it's going to erase your shit and you're dead. So E, which is done, OK, which is done. Okay, so ISO, let's double check our work. Disk image, we chose the ISO, which is the Hobbit 3.11 ISO, beautiful. It's in our USB drive, the E, which is E, and then OK, OK. So we're going to press OK. Please don't screw up, please don't screw up. Okay, so it's extracting all the files. Now, again, yours would probably be a lot faster than mine. Mine's super slow. And I mean, it's going pretty quick. So this is a very important part. Okay, so once it extracts, so it's going to come up with this screen. And it's going to show, let me just, yeah, so it's going to show da-da-da. You're going to press yes to all to override it, or no, or sorry, to be not prompted again. Yes to overwrite files on the image, and no to return your existing version. If in doubt, press yes to all. So we're not going to dick around. We're going to press yes to all. Like nothing's on there anyways, because we're not overriding. So once this comes up in a moment, we're going to press yes to all. When I first did this freaked me out a bit. And again, we're going to just wait until we go yes to all. And then, yeah, this is and then 7 freaked me out. 7 freaked me out. Actually, well, let's read that. So once the copy is complete, you will be presented the screen below. Okay, this screen, and I know we're jumping ahead, so we're going to do yes to all. Do not hit reboot. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, do you guys see that? Do not hit reboot. Click the exit or X. Under no circumstances should you leave the USB in your computer after it's finished. If the PC reboots with the installer, there's a good chance you're going to overwrite your entire PC with your game code. So this will actually reset your whole Windows or Mac with the Hobbit code. Not good. So here's the most important part. I know it's a little longer. We're going to do it together. So once this comes up, we're going to press yes to all. Oh my God, I don't want to screw up my computer. And do not hit reboot. You're going to press exit or X. Once we do that, we're going to remove. I assume we're going to then remove the stick. So here's what it's saying. Click exit. Do not click this. I'm not yelling, just I'm Greek and that's my voice, and I'm scared because if I screw this up on camera, everyone will have a pretty good laugh. So exit or X. We're going to do exit once it comes up. Okay, so that actually took a lot longer than I thought. So if it's just staying there at like 82%, don't panic. My computer's slow. It took almost 25 to a half an hour to do. So don't panic. Let it do its thing until it reaches this screen. So like we said before, we're going to press yes to all. Okay. And then, oh, interesting. So this new I guess this is new. So you know how it said there's reboot now or exit. So I guess maybe someone really screwed up. You never know, right? I could have too, and pressed reboot now. So the great news is the version that Jersey Jack's website has in my computer, I'm Windows 10, I can't remember the version, there's no reboot now. So let's again go through it just in case. Do not hit reboot, click exit or X. There's no reboot here. We're going to press exit. Don't screw up, don't screw up. Okay, so now you are ready to perform the update. Eject removable disk. Okay, so let's minimize that. Nothing's here. We're going to right click, eject. Okay, so now that, and again, that's our backup. So we're going to now take the USB and let's cut to installing it in the new game. So I now have what we've just done with the USB, And here, we're going to do it together. First thing we're going to do is power the game off. Boom. So now we're going to open the coin door like I showed you, where the USB goes in that we did to back up our settings. So you remember that USB in the front? We're plugging the USB. I'm doing this off screen, but we're going to plug it in the same way, and we'll have it in. So with the coin door open, it's plugged in and it's automatic. All we're going to do now is turn it on, and it should do its own thing. It says 5 minutes. Last time I think it took under a minute. So let's turn it on and do it together. It's been almost around a year and a half since I've done this. So let's hope for the best, cross our fingers. You guys ready? Oh, please don't screw up. Please. Please. Just turn it on and don't move. Don't do nothing. The USB, oh, okay. Okay, so can you guys see that it says the Hobbit 3.1? This will erase your current install. Oop. Okay, don't do anything. So you're going to see a lot of coding in hexadecimal and all that. It's intimidating, especially if you're not a computer guy. Let's not touch anything. How about that? Less is more when it comes to this stuff, I tell you. All right, good, good, good. A lot of stuff. Good. Okay, what's going on? A lot of yellow. Oh shit. Yeah, that's intimidating. Again, it's a computer, right? So this, if you guys are oh shit, okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the light's throwing it off. I'm literally behind the camera. It's a bit windy today in Toronto, but it's becoming warm, so I have all the windows open. So here's it, obviously with the progress and, what it's doing. One thing to know while we wait, I want to do this live so you guys can follow if you have the same thing, is keep in mind, you may be asking, but Steve, wait a minute. If this is a Wi-Fi update, why are you downloading the software? Well, remember, you have to add the 3.11 code first, this way, then future updates are going to be wireless. So this should be the last time you have to do it this way, where you go to the computer and you download. This is now after this update, 3.11. Everything else from here should be wireless. So you can't do it before. So you see how it says 3.11 is being installed. If you have anything before that, like I showed you at the beginning, it won't work with wireless. You have to do this first. Once we get 3.11 and there's going to be Wi-Fi settings in the new JJP service menu, then it's active. But again, the Bluetooth. So we'll get to that in a moment, but I wanted to clarify. If you're plugging it in early and you're saying, but wait a minute, it's Wi-Fi, and we do the dongle, which I'm going to show you in a moment, it's because you need version 3.11. And again, we're doing it live together, so you have it and there's no screw-ups. Okay? So while we wait, and again, I always like to leave this part because I've seen on Pinside some people having issues with it and it gives an error. And I want, if I was a user for the first time and I'm like, Steve, man, walk me through it, I want to make sure I'm looking at the process and progress, so then if there's an error, I know exactly what went wrong. So again, I know I'm talking it a little much. We're almost halfway. It's more than halfway there, and it's going great. It says remaining another 30 seconds. So when this works, what we're going to do right after is go back to the computer, okay? Because apparently once this happens, if you saw the notes, it's going to reset the game. Again, like a computer, when you do an update, it wants to reset it with the new software, and then in the firmware, we go from there. After this changes, we're going to head right to the computer, and the reason why is I want to show you a printed instruction, or you can download the Guns N' Roses manual. Now you might say, but Steve, this is the Hobbit. What are you talking about? Well, Guns N' Roses already had the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in, So in the manual, it actually shows you steps, which is not in the manual I have beside me, the big Hobbit one. And the steps on how to navigate the menu with helping you set up the Wi-Fi and its password. And we'll get to that. So it's finished. Everything's good. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, good. So, I mean, it's going to erase all of our scores and everything, but again, we backed up our settings, so hopefully that works. The worst case scenario, should I have taken pictures and video of what my settings are now? Yeah, I have it somewhere, I really do. But at that point, like I said, I don't know where it is, and I'd have to go in my archives, and I just don't want to right now. So it should work if we did it right. If you guys don't care about your settings, and you just want to do a full sweep and, you know, do it later, you can. It's totally up to you. So we got a minute remaining. Again, I know I'm talking. Normally I would cut away, but I want to do this. So if you have a laptop beside your update while you're listening to me, I want to show the process on the progress bar to make sure everything is what it should be, and when and if you ever run into an error, where it's stalled, so we can then troubleshoot it together, whether it be on the forums or when you contact JGP themselves and say, hey, I got this part, this is when it's doing it, and this is what it should do, but it didn't. Okay, so we're gonna wait together. Like I said, it's under a minute. I don't want to make this video longer than it has to be, but I really just want to show it step by step and what it shows. Okay, what else? So you know what? Well, let's be productive. While we wait for that to load, let me just put in film. So you might be saying, okay, Steve, what's next? So after this works and resets, we're gonna go to the computer. We're going to print off the one page and show you the link to the Guns N' Roses manual, which has the steps in the menu, which my Hobbit book doesn't, because it's the newest game from JGP at the moment. How to set it up. So it doesn't automatically just work out of the box. You have to buy this. Okay? So let me unfocus. Okay. So you're going to, again, it's just doing its thing. In the link below, I'm going to have the American and Canadian, again, I'm Canadian, link to this Wi-Fi dongle. I have a Bluetooth one. We're going to see this is more for Wi-Fi. You're gonna buy this, if I'm not mistaken, Canadian, and ended up coming to, I think, 19 and change, so like 20 bucks. Okay, so this is the model. This is what it looks like, and this is the one that JJP recommends, and it's known to work. The link is to a Amazon link. Again, it's $20, and that's going to go into the USB we saw when we plugged in the USB stick, and we'll go from there. So we're going to download the AC600. Again, we're going to get to that. Yeah, that was around 5 minutes. Successfully restored. I think we're okay. Things are happening. Oh, here we go. Game installation complete. Please remove USB stick and restart game. So let's do it. So I'm removing the stick from the USB. I've removed it, and I'm going to restart. So I'm turning off the game. So I have the stick here. That's going to be put aside. Okay, it's been 5 seconds. Let's turn it back on. Again, everything is real time. There's no quick edits. You can see this part's a little longer, but it's necessary. So again, we'll try to fill in some time showing you the Wi-Fi dongle, which you have to buy, which again is in the description below if you want the exact link. And this is exactly what JJP has mentioned is working, and that's the one they prefer. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Maintenance reboot. Look at all this. So on the top left, it should say 3.11. I don't want to move it from its... I don't want to breathe at this point. As you can see me, I'm pointing. It's going to be to here. Oh, there we go. Device. Okay, it's doing a lot of things. So on the top left at the beginning where we saw 3.10 should be 3.11. And if it does, then it works, and we'll just plunge one time and it should work. And that's a success. Oh, there we go. There it is, version 3.11 gold. Beautiful. Now, is it because I have the small gold version and it recognizes it? Very possible. So 3.11 gold. It says it in the top there. Okay, we're going to close the coin door. Close that. Let's start a game.
I'm going on an adventure!
I think we got it. Well, you can check the scores have been reset.
You were sure.
So far, so good. Oh, what have I done? Okay. Okay, so it worked. Success. Oh, shit, now it's going to do this. So, success. Beautiful. So, great news. It didn't lock up. We didn't brick it. Let's head to the computer. I'm going to show you where to download and how to download the GNR manual and what page is on the Wi-Fi settings and setup. Okay, so success, everything's working. What I've done is, remember when right before we formatted the USB stick, and I moved all of the saved files and the files I had on the stick just in case? What I've done is I went to my computer, plugged in my USB stick again with this current code that we downloaded, and I cut and copied all of the files back onto the stick. So I left the code on plus the backend settings. So hopefully it doesn't screw it up. And let's try it. So to settings restore, we're going to go to, we have the door open. We're going to go to the utilities, which again, I'm looking at the manual. Okay, utilities here. Changes system time can break. Huh? Okay, that's fine. And now we're going to go to, you can see it's changed. Look, it's worked because score-bet's there in network settings. It's okay. Let's keep going. Let's go to utilities. Let's do setup, settings backup. Oh, shit. What did I do? Yeah, that's right. So settings backup. Now we're going to go to settings restore. Beautiful. Now, if we're going to insert it now. I didn't insert it yet. I'm going to insert it now into the USB drive. Okay, it's reading. Restore file found, press enter to restoration. Good. So yeah, you can leave the game's code on, and when I cut in, if you don't have more than one USB drive, you can do it this way. Yeah, take everything off, format it, put the code on, then you can cut and copy it out and then put it on the same drive. So if you don't know, like, because I only have one. So found, which is great. Press enter to begin. Okay, enter is the black button. Game will restart when restoration is finished. Press start to confirm. Okay. Start what? The start button? Oh! You have to press the start. Oh shit! You have to press the start button. So okay, we did it live. You see how it said it? Again, 3.11 gold, and you press the start button like you would start a game. Is what it means by press start. Okay, let's see. Let's close the door and see if it worked. Yeah, there's top tier. So before, I was just like basic. So look, all my top tier scores are there. And there's my GC. Beautiful. So it worked very smoothly. Great. Okay, so I'm going to now unplug the USB as we speak. So I've just unplugged it and everything has worked beautifully. And let's see if we go, it'll show score bit. There it is. So we know it not only did the update work, but it worked because this before wasn't there because this is and we saw the 3.11. So everything has gone through smoothly. Whew, beautiful. Now, okay, so what I've done is download the GNR manual. And the reason we did that is because GNR is the newest game at the moment with JJP, and they have the instructions how to set up and update with the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So we've downloaded the GNR manual. So here it is right here. We're going to open that. It is a big one. Now this is, just go here. There we go. So this is the page. So if you can see each page 13 out of 233, but really it's not, because it's actually it's III. Because later on, again, if you go to print the individual page, which I'm going to do now, 13 is a different one. So what we're going to do is I want to print this out. So download, if you want, for all your future JJP games that we're going to have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and Scorebit, download the JNR manual from the JJP website, which I'm going to put in the description below. I'm going to go, and you don't have to print it. I'm just doing this because my computer, I don't have a laptop. It's in a different room. So I'm going to go print. And like I said, so there's my thing. I'm going to go pages, and it's going to be III. And you know that it's gone through because if I press it here, it shows right here what I'm printing. I'm going to do it in landscape mode, and I'm going to go print. So I'm going to print just that page. As you can hear my printer there. And I'm going to take it to the game so I can follow the instructions, as you can as well. And we'll get to the game now, and we're going to follow the instructions to set up the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi. So I've just downloaded the settings, setting up Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, like you've seen me just show you now where to download. So again, you can print it like I did. I don't have a laptop near. If you have a laptop, you can bring it with you. So let's do it together. Now, what I'm going to do is, you know the dongle that I just showed you? I've opened it, and I'm going to put it in the slot where we put our USB. Now, because JGP games are a computer, you actually have a USB slot on the actual PCB itself, like if you actually open it. So here's the, if you open, like in the game itself, if you open the playfield and open the cage to the PCB, that you can plug in this to one of the empty USB slots. We're going to do this live. I'm going to plug this in, like I said, to the USB right in the front. We've opened the door. We're going to do Wi-Fi first. I'm reading the, so I'm going to plug it in. Let's do that. This is the dongle. Okay, it's plugged in. Okay, so we're going to go into, so enter the test menu plus in the back black button. Okay. Okay. Next, it says using the red button, go to highlight utilities. Oh. Utilities, good. Then network settings. Okay. We're going to click that, network settings, read term and conditions. Okay. So press enter to view internet terms and conditions. Oh wow, look at that. You have to, okay, yeah. Shit. Next page, while viewing the last. Okay, green button to exit. I did view them. Hit plus next page to view last page. Ah, shit. Oh, I see. So at the beginning, let me go, damn it, now what did I do? Let's go back. So when you read the terms and conditions, okay, so we read the terms and conditions. Okay, so exit, and then red button, highlight set Wi-Fi network. So down here, okay, we're gonna press select, scanning. Now, so it's saying what Wi-Fi. Wow, look at all of them here. So I am Malaka. If you're Greek or know someone in Greek, it's a very common word. It's actually a swear word. That's my network settings. So it's found it. Highlight the network, and using the red buttons, highlight your network and press select. Current Wi-Fi is Malaga. exit out, set Wi-Fi by pressing the green button. Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, so current network selection. Oh, I see. Now we're gonna set the password, obviously, okay? Enter your network password. The problem is my Wi-Fi password has a combination of numbers. Oh, that's why. Okay, so you have to go there. So yeah, if you have to go left to right. So there's upper, lower, and numbers. Okay, so there. And then use OK chair, and then what? Move and then press plus to change character to save. Well, what do you mean? Oh, and then you have to go to the red button and put in your and then is that? So if my password begins with 1, I press so you go the button on the right, and then oh, I see. Okay, so I'm gonna enter my password, and then I'll be back. So when you get to the last letter, you're gonna press the start button. Then it's gonna say save. You're gonna press then the green button to go back. Now we're gonna connect to Wi-Fi, which should be the next one down. There it is, Malaka, password, and you're gonna hit, that's right, connect to Wi-Fi, and with black button. No, don't wanna show that. Press enter to connect. Connecting. So it's going round and round. Let's make sure I didn't add another space, did I? Yeah! Connected to Malaka. Again, any Greek person knows they're probably laughing. So we're connected on Wi-Fi. Beautiful, it worked. So it's going to show. Then using the red button, highlight network. Okay. So using the red buttons, highlight network. Okay, and there's all my information. Yeah, I have a pretty fast Wi-Fi and internet. So, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's amazing. That's pretty good. So use the red button, highlight network, and black buttons. Okay. So we can check if it works. And we're going to press the start button to see if it works. It should say passed. Beautiful. Last network was passed. And then to turn off network, you just go and you press the red button, and then it turns it off. And we're done. So we're going to press the green button. Okay. So we're good. So it's connected to the Wi-Fi as we speak. And we're good. So it's connected, as you see right there. We are now connected to the Wi-Fi, and that's how you set up the Wi-Fi. So the dongle worked. Now, I'm going to try to see if the Bluetooth works. Let's try. So here is a Bluetooth dongle, which is almost identical looking to the Wi-Fi version. And then here's my work headset. The truth is, I do not have a Bluetooth headset. I'm still like analog. I like it plugged in. And the Hobbit LE and the LEs have the ability with JJP to plug in your headphone jack in front of the game. Now, I'm going to try and see if it works. I did try it off screen, and it didn't work. So I'm unplugging the dongle for the Wi-Fi. I've just plugged in the Bluetooth. Okay, now here's how, if you have a proper Bluetooth headset with dongle, you'd plug it into the USB in front. There's the instructions really quick. So the first thing you would do is hold the right flipper. Okay, and you would go into the player menu. From there, you can do a Bluetooth sit-ups. You press the right flipper, right. You press start, and then it would scan your Bluetooth. Now, I've tried this before. Obviously, you can see Bluetooth dongle missing. It's not scanning it, but if it did work, it would show up there. Just say it was Malaka Bluetooth. You would select device, and then it would be paired. So you have to put like something, if you have a headset, in pairing mode. It would pair to Bluetooth like it would your speaker or your like cell phone device or any other wireless device, and then it would be paired. Even in the description of the instructions, it says you have to try it a few times because it is Bluetooth after all, and there might be interference with Wi-Fi and other connections in your home. This won't work. I've tried it 4 or 5 times off camera, but if it would, you would just go to it like it says, and that's why I printed it off, and I always leave this in my coin box. You'd go to it, you'd pair, and you can listen to The Hobbit when you play, which I love. Beautiful soundtrack and sounds, and you'd be paired to Bluetooth. And again, you can, disconnect and restart. Now, I'm going to press exit, and I'm going to hold back because I can't set up Bluetooth, so you guys can try it. I don't want to waste more time. The competition setup, I'm going to wait for now, because if there's a little Easter egg, you might actually see, if you look close and you've watched the video, what my next video will be on The Hobbit, which is going to be then part 6 of the restore, because I have other things coming, believe it or not. You might be able to see it if you kind of search my video and look closely. You might be able to see what's coming and what's next. Let me set you up and I'll say my goodbyes. Just before I say my goodbyes, let's check if the Easter egg works on the new update. Ready? Let's do it live. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, A, B, C, D, E. It does. So now let me turn the sound off in a sec. So it works. So they didn't get rid of the Easter egg, which is beautiful, which is kind of cool, on the latest version. So great news. So again, I just like to have it on and playing. The music's beautiful and it's just a cool light show. Let me set you up and say my goodbye. So yes, the Easter work does work with the 3.11. Well guys, there you have it. That was updating and installing the new hardware on a JJP, the Hobbit, getting the Wi-Fi working, and showing you the last step to getting the Bluetooth. Again, unfortunately I don't have it, I'm sorry. But again, it's straightforward. In the description, there's going to be the link to the dongle you can buy on Amazon, which JJP themselves recommend, which works beautifully. Then there's going to be the update to the download of the manual itself of the Hobbit, the download to the GNR. If you want to download it, again, it's going to be on page III or 13 in the manual, and you can print it off as I showed you. I show you steps on how to move and download the software and the file update with the USB, so there's no mistakes. Follow my instructions. It can be a little worrisome. I'm happy to have helped. I really hope I did help anyone that was in need of just wanting a live walkthrough with no cuts, showing the status bar, so there's no room for error. In the description below, let me know if you need help. Give it a thumb up if it helped you. Subscribe. I have part 6 coming. If you saw the Easter egg, there is what the new video will be about, and I want to see if you guys can find it somewhere in the video. It might be in the next few videos because I'm waiting for the parts to come and the mods to come, and hopefully that's going to be fun. Not like I've already updated this and modded this thing to hell. It's been a pleasure. I had fun doing it. Hope again this helped. Thank you again for checking out Top Tier. It's been a pleasure. Peace.